Hello everyone, Dan 14th Prime here. Wanted to do a quick video share out today. This past weekend we had TFCon 2018 in Chicago. It was all I could do to make it Sunday for a couple hours actually, so this is not an in-depth review, but wanted to just share out a bit of what I saw in the dealer room, and in particular just focus down on a couple coming releases that are interesting to me. Right when you walk in, you have the Chosen Prime as the marquee sponsor there. They had some cases up with some prototypes in it. Few picks here, some third-party figures that I'm not personally familiar with, but I'll put them up there to share. Now, they did have a bit here on the Make Toys Cross Dimension line, which I do like very much. I think it's very cool, and I've been collecting this line. They did have painted prototypes of the Buster Skywing, and it looks like their usual black variant of him, which would probably be like a Sky Shadow variant. Very, very cool looking figures here. You can check out this plane as well. It reminds me of a jet from like the Avengers movie. So I think those figures are looking very nice. They also had the unpainted prototype of Rioter Galcatron. This is their stylized Galvatron, of course. Super cool looking figure. Just all of this great molding. This line just looks very Cybertronian, so I think it's really neat to collect. It's something different. The figures are super playable. Definitely when I saw this guy, fell in love with him a while back, so looking forward to this figure coming to release. Here I've just got some video of the case to show you. You can just kind of check it out and see what was in there. I had been just giving you some stills on, so that's kind of how it was laid out. Here we had the cone heads from Make Toys, more of their G1 interpretation line. Unpainted prototypes here. Looking pretty sharp, I will say. These things look pretty dang nice, and it looks like they're pulling them off better than Takara did. I hate how Takara had the butt kibble of the cone underneath. God, that was so bad. That really turned me off from Master Tees a bit when those came out. So these look wonderfully improved. And then here we have Make Toys just kind of rounding out their Headmaster line. Some of these figures, you know, have been around for a while, but they've got some unpainted prototypes here. Highbrow there, I suppose. So just trying to round out the Autobot Headmasters, it seems. So those were in the case. And then finally here, this was a Planet X figure, like a big dragon. These cards would not be correct because it's Jupiter and Pluto, which is Optimus and Megatron. I've got the Optimus, so not exactly sure. This guy's his place. It reminds me of Dragon Megatron. Sweet t-shirt here. Flame Toys was there, but unfortunately nothing too exciting from these guys. They just had their Tarn and Drift, super articulated action figures. You know, these things are like $400 a pop. So they've got their new Drift. Was it Shattered Glass? New Red Drift, and then of course Tarn there, which should be coming soon. So unfortunately, no Star Saber, no Optimus, or any of the new figures on display. They had this random Volkswagen Beetle you could take your picture with. Mastermind Creations had a little something going on here with their Onslaught and kind of quasied up into the Bruticus torso. You had Vortex there for the arm. So just a little bit of Bruticus kind of tease going on there. And then they had their new Skylinks. I believe both of these are available at e-tail right now, so they can be shipped to you. Those look pretty good. Very G1 inspired, sharp looking piece. Had a G.I. Joe aircraft carrier sighting, and also a G1 Deszarus sighting, and we'll come back to that character in a moment. 3A had a table up, just having their Last Night figures, Megatron, Optimus, and Bumblebee. Optimus has been shipping. We've seen reviews of him on YouTube. Mine should be showing up anytime. I'm waiting on it. Bumblebee, I think he said first shipment, which hits China, has happened. So hopefully I'll have him in hand by end of year as well. So look for reviews on those figures coming up. And then I kind of neglected the Megatron here. I'm so not into it. I didn't really get close-ups. But here's a cropped photo from far away if you're into that Megatron. Swung by the Captured Prey here booth. Our boys from Kentucky. Some cool vintage Japanese Transformers here. If money was no object and I had unlimited space, I mean, these things would be super sweet to pick up. Deszarus. You had the Leo Kaiser pieces all back there. So those definitely caught my eye. Last main booth here was Agabus. Honestly, I've never ordered from them before. Don't know a lot about them. Huge display though. Pretty cool setup here with the Devastator and Omega Supreme. These guys had the Fans Hobby prototype Double Evil. The big boy Overlord to match up with our Power Baser, Power Master Optimus Prime, Super Jinrai. So very excited for this piece. Like I said, I'm cherry picking, so this was definitely something I'm going to spend some more time on. Love this figure. I mean, you really get the G1-esque Overlord. And I think it's pretty well Toon inspired as well. I think the Power Baser hits toy a bit more, but this hits Toon a bit more. And yes, they've done their own thing a bit with it, of course, but man, this looks really good. It's huge. It's massive. A lot of good detail in the molding. Great unpainted prototype there for the combined bot, but you know, the tank looks really good over there. The jet here, unpainted. You look at that shield, just massive, massive shield. Looks pretty good from the back as well. Everything kind of tucks away pretty nice, it looks like. Like some parts to the jet there. You know, the tank treads, things like that. I think that's, I'm trying to go top of memory which way he should transform in G1, but there's a particular way the tank treads need to go in the outside of the tank. But I think it looks pretty good. And then the little headmasters, Giga and Mega, look good as well. So look at those jet turbine engines, a lot of good detail. Really fired up for that figure. They also had the Planet X Ismenios. This is their take on Deszarus, who we've seen some G1 toys of in the video. So I'm on the fence on this guy. I love the character. Glad there's some options coming out. Right now I've got the Mastermind Creations on pre-order, and I'm kind of holding out on this Planet X to see how it goes. But right now I'd say the MMC version looks a bit better, though I haven't seen it in hand or seen it up in person. I like how the wings and the other aspects of that figure look more G1. Then this looks a bit more stylized. We do have the fan toys. I believe it's Hydra. There's 6-shot. Very G1, just typical fan toys, super clean kind of look. So we got him painted up there. You know, he looks good. It's all just very 6-shot. You know, it's the G1. I don't know. For me, it could add some detail, I think. But that's fan toys thing. Here's their hot rod, hoodlum, I believe they're calling it. Figure looks good as well, and interesting that they're taking on Takara head on that one. So that's it for me, guys, from lovely Crown Plaza, Chicago O'Hare International Airport. TFCon, again, it was all I could do to squeeze in a couple hours and check it out. Check out the dealer room, check out like the end of one panel on voice acting in the beginning of the Rick Alvarez panel, which was interesting, but I couldn't stay for it all. So just sharing out, you know, what I could hear and what I took in the limited time I was there. Definitely for me, focusing on kind of like Double Evil was the big thing I wanted to check out. I was glad that was there. Very interested in that figure. Very interested in these Deszarus third-party figures as well, though unfortunately only Planet X was there. And then some other things I'll be looking forward to seeing when they get here, like 3As, Optimus, Bumblebee, etc. So I just want to do a little share out. Hope you enjoyed it. Link in the description below, as always, to my Amazon page. If you're checking out some Transformers shopping, be sure to go through those links. Any shopping you do through those links, very much appreciated. Support the channel at no cost to you. Check me out on Instagram, same handle, Dana14Prime. And stay tuned for some future reviews. All right, guys, I'll see you next time.